I'm Katie Crane from Encore Pilates and Wellness. I'm here with Asha today, going through some really fundamental exercises to do with the gait cycle, the heel off phase of the gait cycle. So my heel off is the very first phase of my gait. It's when I'm taking my heel off of the ground. You'll see that there's a concentric connection of my hamstring, eccentric connection of my quads at the same time. So let's go through a couple of exercises. Asha, if you want to stand in front of the Wunda chair here. I've got the Wunda chair set up on 2 low springs. So that's on this particular chair, it's a light to medium strength. You want to have enough tension behind there that you can really feel your muscles working, but you also need to be able to stay balanced at the same time. So let's work with the leg closest to the camera so everybody can see. Go ahead and pop your toes of your foot up onto the platform. There you go. I want you to jump forwards a little bit for me. That's it. Okay. So you can see in the setup, what I'm looking at is pretty much that Asha's quads are in line with each other. And she's in a neutral, this is her neutral spine. You were good where you were. Yep. This is her neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just allow for your chest to relax. There you go. All right. Her ASIS, I think of them as her headlights. They're facing forwards. And you'll see that her, the ball of her foot is just on the step. The standing leg is ever so slightly soft in the knee, but not completely bent, just soft. Okay, so standing there, I want you to maintain that neutral body position. Can you pull the step down for me? That's tough for her, right? And then control the step back up. Beautiful. So what I want to do is block Asha's knee here. So the knee isn't sliding forwards and backwards at all. She's made this a little bit heavy for herself. I love it. Now Asha's strong. She doesn't have any lower limb pathology at all. We use this with all of our lower limb pathology clients. So anybody who has had anything done or any injury from the hip right down towards the foot. I'm going to get you to do 2 more there. So her hamstring is controlling the step up and pressing the step on down. Her quad, as the step is coming up, you can see her quad is going to be lengthening. And then as her hamstring shortens, the opposite is happening as the step goes down. Beautiful. Let's take the step on up and you can step away from there. So you want to do in between 4 and 10 reps. I want to get my client to the point where they can probably do about 15 to 20 reps, depending on what it is that they want to get out of this. So start lighter if you need to. Remember, your client needs to be able to do the exercise with a little bit of challenge. We've got one more exercise that I'm going to share with you on the core line. So let's take it on over there. Okay, so we're going to do another exercise to do with the heel off phase of gait cycle. Again, Asha's going to use the leg that's closest to you so that you can see what's going on. Similar setup to what we used with the chair. I'm looking for her pelvis to be in a neutral position. Sometimes what you'll see when people are starting to work against load is they tend to lock out in their pelvis. So to stop that from happening, I want you to soften your knees just a little bit there. So it's not necessarily a bent knee, it's just soft in the knee. Now this is Asha's neutral, this is looking really nice. Go ahead and pop your hands up onto the bar for me. Today we're going to be working with her hands on the bar, but I want to get to the point where she can take her hands off the bar. So let's start to go into that. It's called hoof off. So think of lifting your heel off of the step, that's it. And again, I'm going to come down here and block Asha's knee, control that in. This is a core line. It's quite different to any of the other Pilates machines in that it's loaded with elastic bands instead of the springs. It's a great way to get started for a lot of people. because the load isn't as heavy as some of the springs. It gives you a slightly different feedback. Now, I can feel very, very well that Asha's hamstrings are very much working as she lifts the heel, but also they're working concentrically, so they're lengthening as she lowers the heel. You've got tumor there. I'm going to take my hand away from you. Think of almost the femur drops down into my hand through the knee. Good. One more time. She's working hard here as well. Basic walking stuff, right? Fantastic. Okay, so thanks so much for joining us at Encore Pilates and Wellness. Remember, this is one of the first stages of your walking. Great for anybody with lower limb pathology or in that lower limb rehab. Okay, we'll see you soon.